Hey everyone, welcome back to Home is Where the Heart Is. I'm Allie, your host and fellow military kid. I'm building this community as part of my Girl Scout Gold Award project to make sure no military kid has to navigate this life alone. My goal is to create a lasting space for us to find our footing no matter where the map takes us next. This is the spot where we can connect and share advice about all the highs, lows, and messy in betweens of life on the move. And if you're not a military kid, you're still welcome. Gain some empathy and learn something new. So, if you've ever packed your life into a box, survived your first day at a new school, or wondered what it's like to do those things, you're in the right place. Because here, home isn't just a place, it's where your heart is. So, today's episode is a little less structured than normal, and I'm trying something new. So, I'm going to be doing a sort of check in as one would say. And I'm just going to be talking about my PCS and starting school and what it's like, just, being new. Okay. So, for anyone who hasn't been listening, I recently PCSed to Virginia. I came from Alabama and I relocated to Virginia. I got to Virginia the last week of June ish. And we moved in July 3rd, July 4th, and we've been settling in since then. We did unpack pretty quickly. I think within 2 weeks we had everything unpacked, which was nice. And then we went out of town and I saw one of my friends. I went to go visit our grandparents, and then we came back here and our cousins came and my aunt and her kids came. We've been busy. And it just feels kind of weird because at the very beginning of August, all of my friends from Alabama started school because if you don't know, Alabama, or at least mostly the South, well, Virginia's in the South, it's more north, so they do like the traditional more northern schedule, whereas in the South, they get out earlier, start earlier, and the farther north you go, the later they get out, the later they start, if that makes sense. So Alabama went back to school the first week of August, which is crazy to me. And I did not go back to school, and I still haven't gone back to school because I go back after Labor Day, which is crazy. So that's been really weird because all of my friends are doing the senior things, and I'm just watching all of it happen, and it just feels like I'm supposed to be there, but I'm not. So it's like, And also, this is the longest summer ever, which I've I don't wanna talk about this way too much, but yes, since I got out, it was, like, May 12th was my last day, and I don't go back till September 8th, so it's a very, very, very long summer. Again, crazy stuff. So, honestly, like, I've been busy, but also it feels like I haven't been busy and I haven't been doing anything. So, let me explain. I'm working on my college application, working on my Gold Award, working on my podcast, a lot of appointments, back to school stuff. So I went and got my physical, and I have 4 siblings, so it's a lot for my mom to schedule our physicals and take us to all of them. Dentist appointments, I have an optometry appointment, just all of those things take up some time. Side note, I got my license in Alabama, but I got it right before we left, so the physical copy hadn't arrived yet. So I finally got all that situation, and I finally got a physical copy of my driver's license, which is great. And I got a car, so now I feel like a senior, which is exciting. But honestly, I just feel like a lot of my day has been like waiting in anticipation for back to school and whatever else. It's a really, really weird thing, and I'm like my summer was supposed to be over, like, 3 weeks ago, and it's not, so it's like, "Let's wrap it up," but I still literally have 2 more weeks, so and honestly, like so you get, like, that initial it wasn't really excitement for me, but I think when you're younger, there's, like, an initial PCS excitement because 'cause you're like, "Oh, new place." That's kind of worn off. I still catch myself saying that I live in Alabama, though, which is, like, really funny. Like, it's so weird. Like, this happens before in other places too, but, like, I wake up and I'm like, "Where am I?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And that hasn't happened in a while, but when we first moved in, it was really disorienting, and I remember in Alabama specifically, for a while, I, like, kept waking up and, like, looking around my room like, "Where am I?" 'Cause it's so weird, it's so disorienting, and I still cannot I have to use the GPS everywhere, even when I go on a run, which is embarrassing, but I swear the roads here are so strange. I literally don't know where anything is. Like, I couldn't tell you where anything is. I've driven to school like 10 times so far. I still do not know how to get there without a map, which is weird. It's very unfamiliar, hard to learn. I swear this area specifically is really confusing for some reason. So like expectations versus reality for my new place. To be honest, I stopped having expectations a long time ago because I figured out that if you anticipate things and you like try to figure everything out and like do all this stuff, you end up being like disappointed or something if you had you know what I'm saying? So instead, I just kind of more go with the flow now and I'm like, maybe they'll have debate here, maybe they'll have swim team here, you know? And I don't try too hard to like overanalyze and over like research and all that stuff. I'm just like, okay, like we're gonna start school and figure everything out from there, which is good. So nothing crazy there. Um, it doesn't really feel like the South that much because I'm in Virginia, which is the South, but it feels north to me, especially coming from Alabama, which is like the heart of the South. Maybe that's why, but hasn't been too hot, which is great because Alabama was pretty hot. Again, until I start school, I feel like I can't really like give a verdict. Oh, I love it. Oh, I hate it here. I'm still figuring it out. And that's like the whole point of this episode for me to be like, hey, if you're in a spot just like me, this is how I'm feeling. So if we're feeling some of the same stuff, you can feel validated. Or if you're running what it's like, it's weird. Things that I love about this new place. I'm sure there will be things that I love. Just haven't found them yet. Again, the long summer has been kinda nice, but also kind of, like, restless. But, like, specifically I live by the beach. That's what I love. I like living by the beach. Things that I miss my friends, I miss my school. Today, I waited in line for 2.5 hours to get my parking pass because that's what you do at these big schools, apparently, and it was crazy, and coming from a very small magnet school to a large public school is very, very much of a switch in many ways, and it was definitely a different atmosphere, that there was a different vibe, but I shouldn't judge yet. I haven't been to school, I just waited in line for 2.5 hours and people watched, essentially, but yeah. Yeah, and again, I think also, like, the FOMO of talking to all my friends and texting them and asking how it's going, and they're like, "Oh my god, do you wanna believe so and so did this?" And I'm like, "What? That's crazy." And the teacher did, like, it just all the speech and debate and just all of the things that I would've been there to see, it just really makes you feel sad that you're missing out on them. Has Virginia started feeling like home yet? I don't think so. But it's gonna get there, I'm sure. Also, it's so weird just because it's senior year, 4th high school in 4 years, like, I'm outta here. I'm outta here so soon that it's like, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it, but it's like, there's still like you're dragging your feet a little about everything, I think. So I think another thing being, like, in this limbo of not having started school yet is, like, I've unpacked, but I still don't have a routine. I haven't gone to school yet, haven't done all the things, haven't settled in, haven't made friends. Just waiting, you know? Like, I haven't started the part of life that's giving me structures, so it's blah. It's disorienting, it's strange, it's a new experience, and I don't like it. Like, I know I'm technically starting a new chapter, I have started a new chapter, but it just doesn't feel like that yet, so I'm here. Okay, new school anxiety. So, this will be my 10th school and my 4th high school in 4 years, so why do I feel nervous? Because starting a new school sucks and it's hard. So if you're in a similar position, it's okay. And I'm having so much like I don't know if anxiety is a bit of a strong term, but I'm very nervous and I'm having jitters and it's like so in your brain, nervousness and excitement are really similar sensations. So like think about going on a roller coaster. Some people feel nervous and some people feel excited. That's actually really similar chemically. So when you're nervous about something, just tell yourself you're excited and like that's what I do for new school. So I'm actually nervous, but I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm just excited." I don't know if this is relatable. I guess there's definitely some people out there who definitely just don't wanna go to school that aren't excited at all, but I definitely am excited because school means friends and activities and being busy, which is great. So, I'm really nervous about just not nervous, but it takes a lot of work to make friends and put yourself out there, and it takes a lot of energy, so I just know that I'll have to do that soon, and that process is not enjoyable too much. So, it's like I know what I'm gonna do, but it's like I don't wanna do that, but I know I will, so it's like words, you know? Ugh. And also, I'm gonna walk into this school basically right now, I don't hardly know anybody, right? But before my school starts, we have senior sunrise, parking spot painting tailgate, and freshman orientation, which is like freshmen and new students. It's gonna be mostly freshmen, but maybe there'll be other 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. And hopefully the seniors are the ones like doing the orientation so I can meet people that way. So hopefully I walk into school knowing a few people, but like right now, if I were to walk into school, I wouldn't know anybody, which is crazy and intimidating because there's like 1,200 plus kids in this school, and it's like, wow, okay. So I'm going to talk about a couple military kid things. I feel like this episode is going to be pretty short and sweet, but these are things that I remind myself, and this is the mindset I try to have because I'm over here stressing and complaining to my friends. But if you were my friend, this is what I would tell you, and this is what I try to tell myself, but it's better to hear it from another person, okay? So, like, you don't have to figure everything out on day 1. It's okay to try things out, and I did a whole episode on being the new kid and also a whole episode on how to get involved in a new school, so definitely check that out because I could definitely give more structured advice there, but, like, between me and you, it's totally okay. It's gonna be okay. You know it's gonna be okay. Especially if you've done this before. If you haven't, it will be okay, and once you've done it once, you're like, "Okay, I know it'll be okay." But it's still okay to stress because 'cause I'm stressing personally, and I'm nervous/excited, slash excited, but you're not gonna immediately find your people probably. I mean, I hope you do, that would be great, but you're probably not, and that's okay, and it's gonna take time and yeah. And think about it as in this isn't something that's testing you, it's not something that's gonna, like, kill you, or it's not like a trial. It's a new chapter, okay? That's gonna be full of fun new things and ups and downs, and I think it's a really good way to look at it rather than, like, "I have to get through this," be like, "This is a new experience, a new journey, okay?" And I'm totally right there with you, doing it alongside you if you're starting a new school this year or just senior year. We got this, okay? And I'll also add that you learn a lot of things being a military kid, whether you move 5 times or 10 times or 2 times. You learn things and you're stronger than you think and you're more adaptable than you think and you can do it. And these are things that my friends and my parents and my family tell me and I'm like, "Okay, okay, whatever." But it's true. And I know it's true. It's just I am still freaking out and being nervous. So, freak out and be nervous, but still know deep down that it's going to be okay. So, like I said, pretty short and sweet. This episode, I just wanted to say that out loud to remind myself, but also for you. Because, like I said, you can tell yourself, but it doesn't hit the same if someone else is telling you. So remember that it's okay to be feeling your feelings and it's going to be okay. And you know it's going to be okay. And your family and friends are there to support you and you're going to make new friends and it's going to be great. Okay. So, thanks for listening to Home is Where the Heart Is. I'm Allie, and I hope today's episode reminded you that you're not alone. We're all in this together. If you want to share your story, email me at thatmilteen@gmail.com or find me on Instagram at thatmilteen to stay up to date in our community. If you're listening on Spotify, please rate the podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, interacting with this video helps us reach more kids like you. Remember, home isn't a place, it's where your heart is. See you next time.